I feel ya. All right. Welcome back, everyone. You may notice Eric.
Is back.
Uh,
Prodigal Eric.
we're just gonna jump back into where we were and hope that Eric got caught up over the break. Um,
Yeah,
you're
I'm good.
uh, Alana's facing off with Blighter, and we're about to go up some stairs with some jury-rigged gas masks. So,
There may be some
Ooh.
fortune rolls to see how long it holds and
Yeah.
when your lungs start filling with horrific alchemical toxins.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
The
good.
squad walks up the stairs and into this essentially you know how like they say that fog sometimes when it's particularly thick looks like pea soup? Well, this stuff is kind of a sickly bilious green, so you are kind of walking through pea soup. So yeah. That's what it's like. What's the plan here, friends?
Get
Go-
through this stuff. As
Go
quickly
go
as possible.
quickly. Don't die.
Hold your breath
Right.
while running. Totally doable.
Alexnev, you did see that they had some paintings and such in a specific spot. There are two kind of things that everybody needs to be aware of here. Some amount of you, whether you're moving as a unit or not, are going to need to pick up, obviously, the paintings that were aforementioned. And somebody else needs to go pick up family jewelry that is stored in the bedroom, which was not part of that mess. So I don't know if you split apart and try and do this as fast as possible, or
That seems like the plan since we don't have a limited time on these masks.
officer, how do you feel about this? You are technically in charge.
Yeah, I would just send 2 to go get the jewelry and 3 to grab everything else, while Ram and Goat keep watch.
Awesome. So who is being assigned to go grab jewelry?
Uh,
Are you assigning one of
It's-
our PC rookies, or shall I make a?
I'll
Right.
put Alexnev with one of the NPCs.
Awesome. So you're being set in charge of this rookie, and well, actually, let me ask you this, so that
be this rookie?
that sounds
You're gonna
amazing.
grab paintings.
Yeah,
Um,
it'd be amazing.
Are you sure you want to do this? The only
gonna be-
reason I ask
Oh,
is
Is it-
Alexnev has seen where the paintings are.
I actually know
You
where
can
the
tell us
paintings
where they are.
That's
It would probably
not,
be faster if Alexnev went and got the paintings.
Yeah, like that.
And
Just
because whoever's going to go and find the bedroom is going to be looking no matter what. And
Okay.
yeah,
it just saves time.
I think so.
Feyre, I will point out that Feyre, who is being played by our stalwart friend Eric here, is an Orite who may have an eye for such fineries. It's up to you, though. You are the
That's fine.
commander. You get to make the decision.
Nope, that's fine.
Rock and roll. Are you folks holding position, or are you charging through the room where this grand battle is taking place, grabbing everything by the armful and trying to like jump out somewhere?
That's up to the commander's orders.
We're gonna regroup. You know where we split off, and then make for the nearest like balcony. I'm assuming there's a balcony or something that we can try to just
Sure.
get down.
I'm sure there is one.
Someone gets down and grabs the catches the paintings, toss them off, and then everybody gets out. Because then at least we have fresh air and we're not exposing ourselves.
Awesome. So you organize a couple of people to be down at the bottom, and who is going in to fetch the paintings in the middle of a pitched battle?
Alex and the 2 of the other rookies.
Okay, so I have to tell you this. Visibility is pretty low. You know where those things were, but there have been explosions and people thrown around. So you're going to have to move through a fairly thick fog that at any minute could come through your alchemically soaked rags and into your lungs and potentially do harm to you while you're trying to pick stuff up off the ground, while there are 2 people attempting to murder each other in the middle of the room. I feel like this is either risky limited if you're kind of sticking to the
No,
periphery and
it's
not going in,
it's
or
desperate.
desperate standard.
It's desperate. We're running. We're just doing this as quickly as possible and trying not to get trampled by the 2 Goliaths fighting in the middle.
Mhm.
Sounds like a plan. would you like to give me? So, like, how are you doing this? What action are you trying to do?
Oh, I'm trying to maneuver. I'm literally
That
trying
makes
to
perfect
just
sense.
fucking burst through, grab things, run out. Like, it's just speed. The speed is my only defense.
Sounds like a plan. I will roll 1 die for the other 2 rookies.
Is this technically a group action?
It is.
Cool. Can I get an assist die from someone else, perhaps? Just being like, would you actually count the alchemical like thing as an assist, or is that what like allows me to do it? Perhaps.
Traditionally, it's well, the alchemical is the kind of thing that might grant you potency or change your position. It wouldn't necessarily grant you additional dice.
I was gonna say I could marshal them to go do it. No,
that would be a setup.
for the at least for the other 2. If you know what you're looking for, I could marshal for the 2
Well,
rookies.
just marshaling us to like give us the courage to go in there while 2 fucking gods are fighting. Honestly, seems fine.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I help this marshal that's assisting them?
You can. You could also help the group action directly if you're not involved.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
It's up to you.
I mean,
I would love an extra dice.
You
I'll
could go on the balcony and wait and give them your mask so they could have a double.
Oh, like
That
a
is
backup.
true.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like a backup mask.
Or
Alright.
put it
That'd be rad.
over so it's 2 coats that it would have to get through. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
All of
you
this
probably
would-
can't wear 2 gas masks at the same time.
No, it's not. It's just a rag.
It's just a
gas
rag
mask
cover.
over-
Yeah, it's
All
a
right.
gas mask. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
So
oh,
that
you guys
high
were
tech-
being really euphemistic calling it a gas
yeah.
mask. Oh, I'm.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this
it's,
is like World War I when you like peed
Yeah.
on your clothes.
This
I mean,
is
I-
like Dust Bowl.
Okay.
This is like Dust Bowl
Sorry.
shit.
Sorry, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Now I understand. Okay, that's what we're dealing with. Okay.
it's slightly more advanced because your officer used their channels to try and get a partially successful alchemical. It's just this partially successful alchemical can only do so much against Blighter. So, yeah, it's a very dangerous position, and 2 towels over the nose with this alchemical may provide a little bit more cover. So yes.
So yeah.
Why do we
So
need the art, by the
that's
way?
me assisting the group action. So
Is that
Cool.
desperate standard with 1 extra die?
So your marshal is actually probably controlled because you're giving them orders and telling them what to do, but you're not exposing yourself directly to danger, only them.
Okay. And then standard and then the extra die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, the assist dice for me, not you.
You could take one of those off anyway. It's a 3.
Cool.
Yowzers.
Here's the good news. You give them orders, and as you are talking to them and yelling, your particular filter starts failing. So you have to exit the mist and be downstairs, and you cannot go back in.
Can I go on the balcony that we're evacuating on?
Yes, absolutely.
You see Goat and just pointing towards the balcony and heads out.
Yep. So yeah, you guys get no assistance. Goat tries to give you orders and plans.
All right. Well,
Still get my assist.
bonus die from Ram, bonus die from Loyal because this is technically group action with those other thing. Let's fucking do this. 6.
Yeah.
Let's see if you get a stress.
Give. Oh.
Oh, yep.
A stress.
Okay, I am full on stress. Please, no more. No, none.
Awesome. So yeah, there's this moment where you folks book in, and let's see how the fight is going. 1 second here.
Please, no more stress.
Do you think really hurtful words could hurt Blighter?
Highly doubtful.
From a balcony, perhaps?
From Alana, maybe, but not from us. I was really hoping for a crit. I was really hoping for a crit.
We'll see. Blighter does get to seize an advantage, though. Nope, just the same.
No crit.
So I think that there's a. I'm gonna make you feel bad. I'm sorry. I think there's a moment where you dash in and you're picking stuff up and you see another one of the rookies like going through and you see them like squinting because like their eyes are turning red, right? Because like this stuff is eating at them, and they like pick a thing up, and you actually see you see Blighter like coming out of the green mist and like getting ready to like put something on their face, you assume to turn them into an undead or like do some sort of alchemy or whatever, and then like Alana like comes like rushing out of the mist as well, and like the two of them tackle and like roll around. Like she throws Blighter into a wall. Blighter like lands, like coughs once sharply, almost like her body is broken in some way. And then like when Alana comes at her, she like pulls out like a vial and like smashes it, and this like blue flame erupts and takes out that entire like section of the room. So like the two of them are kind of going at each other like big time. And like well you see like Alana like manages to like hold on and like gets ready to come back in, and Blader, who has like all these like alchemical seals and stuff on her, like covers her face, and then when she takes her like hands down, her eyes are like blazing with some crimson flame. So yeah, you guys are
No, we're not watching that. I'm not paying attention. I am singing Zamyati like war songs at the top of my like lungs behind my thing, trying not to pay attention. Like just
don't look.
Don't use your breath.
Yeah, I would save that breath.
Oh no, it's 100% again speed above caution. We are just doing everything that will make me faster, which includes...
There are tosses of this stuff out of the room, like one last grab and chuck. You guys think you're as clear as you're getting. That section of there's on fire. If there was anything there, no. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so this whole mess is happening. Farah, you are supposed to go and through this pea soup, walk into a bedroom and find some like family jewels and jewelry you're supposed to recover for this noble. How do you and the rookies assigned to you do this? Eric, that's you.
I know. Do we just like? I mean, like my default when I don't know. Yeah, I love the idea of just doing it just with sheer luck and force of will. I feel like there's at this point. This is the type of thing where there's so much crap going on right now, and like there is literally a titanic struggle going on that this is why we train, this is why we do things. I can only do stuff by just autopilot, and this is my training, and if I don't do it this way, like if it works, it's probably because it's luck. Because okay. I'm relying on just sheer dead reckoning right at this point.
So let's talk about what that looks like in terms of the rules. Like if what you're trying to do is just go with your gut and like figure out where stuff, like where would a lady hide her jewelry or like something like that. Do you feel like maybe a role without a skill necessarily? Because scout is used to detect traps. This is not really trapped. It's just, put away.
I feel like this is not even like, where would a lady hide her jewels? It's more like, which of these doors is her bedroom?
I see. So do we want to do a fortune roll?
Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like at this point, I am just like, these are I gotta find this. Like failure isn't an option. I have to do this thing, and this has to like just guess. Oh God.
So on average, I would give you like 2 dice, but I'm going to shorten it to 1 die for the negative condition of you're under bad conditions, right? Like there's this pea soup, you can't see really well, and you have to do it on a tight timer. So Definitely. Do you have a thing that you can say might give you an advantage?
Am I?
Tell me a story.
You are an alright.
That's the thing. I was going to say I'm an alright, and this is ostensibly this is an alright building, right? Or we're looking for alright
armor. It's an building, but nobles may hide jewelry in similar places. Like if you say like, well, I've been to several houses and. Yeah. Maybe as a young girl, we played dress up and stole our parents' jewelry. Right. So I would see things like that in various places.
Okay, and we're looking for artwork belonging to the.
You're looking for jewels. You're looking for jewels.
The 2 things that you're looking for is basically irreplaceable things. One of which is pieces of art that have been collected over the years. And the other thing is you're looking for family jewelry. Imagine like your grandmother's wedding ring, that kind of thing, right? Like it's stuff that has a sentimental value to the noble, and he's willing to pay through the nose for it. But it's not. It's not. You don't have to find the thing with the biggest emerald. You have like a list, but like if you grab some stuff or look for some stuff, that's that's
that list is burned up.
Probably.
So here's what I'm thinking. So I grew up as an alright noble, and when I was scared, I would run to my parents' house or to their bedroom.
Okay.
And I think, and I'm probably scared enough that maybe there's some sort of like instinctual, maybe like just by chance, this building has a similar second floor layout for a noble building.
Sure.
And that I am like, okay, if my parents would go and it would be this one. And I go to open that door. Is that worthy of a die or is that,
You know what? You didn't catch. You weren't here in the first half when I mentioned this,
Yeah.
but the Orites are actually very kind of like they have like a little bit of a Roman / Italian flavor to them. And I was mentioning
they're
building
multi.
it built in the it's built in like an old style. It's got like plinths and shit.
Yeah.
So I think that because of how the fiction has played out, I think we'll give you an extra die. So you want to give me a 2D fortune roll and we'll see what you get.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll 2d6.
Yeah, do it.
See what happens.
See what happens.
A 5.
5. So
I succeed.
you succeed.
But what horrible thing happens to me?
So okay, yes. What's the worst thing that can happen? You walk in. You pick the
Spoilers,
right
twin
door.
sister.
It's definitely the right door. It's definitely a bedroom. And here's the thing: you have a pretty good idea where this stuff is. You start making gestures, and as you do, the mask that you have, like it gives way. It gives out, and
Yeah, of course.
you feel the alchemical immediately start attacking your lungs and eyes. So we can shift to a risky position where you can grab the stuff and run, but you'll probably take some damage. Or you can just let it all go and run out with your hands empty and be home free.
Let me see my character sheet. How much stress I have right now?
That is a good question.
Because that's a very significant factor for me right now.
You should be at like 2.
There we are. Oh, I'm at 2. Okay. Oh yeah, no, and Farah is ride or die. I'm definitely doing this. I'm going to continue to look here. So Farah feels the burns. I'm thinking it probably first hits their nostrils and just goes like straight to like the worst kind of migraine. Then you feel on the skin outside, and it's just it's just not good. It's like someone is taking a steel wool with some bleach to your face. It's just not good. But you know what? Through teary eyes and all of the acridity, stinginess in the air.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I gotta do it. This is for
All
the
right.
Legion.
How are you trying to do it? Let's talk actions.
So I have made it into the room successfully, and I think I see where they are.
Sure. Yeah. You spot it.
Okay.
You have a good idea. You're like, okay, this is a dresser, and they probably hid something over here near the bed or like over there. And like as you're pulling things away and you see the shape of like the thing there, that's when your mask starts failing. So yeah, it's a question of speed or do you want to say that like you're searching for things? It's up to you.
Right. Would you allow me to maneuver my way there?
Yeah.
Through the room as quickly as possible?
Yeah, because like basically what you're doing is trying to pick everything up with the last of your breath. That sounds like a maneuver just fine.
Okay, perfect.
It's also
That's what I was
used for
thinking.
like swimming, running, jumping, so holding your breath.
Traversing. Yeah.
Paul's attack category.
Awesome. Thanks. Just want to make sure I'm on the same fictional page and we're jiving. Cool. Standard, risky.
Risky.
Yeah.
It's definitely risky. There's acid in the air.
Yeah, you said that, and I was making sure. But what about the effect level? Do you think this is something I could probably succeed at in one go, or is this really that bad that like I'm gonna need to do this? That like a clock style or something. Like how bad is
Give
this?
you a die of fate. No, you can probably do it. You got far enough along.
Okay. No bonus dice. I don't have anything as far as my heritage, or do I have any items that could help me out here? No. Okay.
You could push if you wanted.
I got a 3. Oh, I could have pushed myself. Shit. No, whatever. I forgot.
It's fine. If you wanna push yourself a 1d6, I will allow it. but you're gonna be in a bad spot.
Yeah, I would like to push myself for 1d6.
Go ahead.
I said it earlier before you rolled, but I was muted. Sorry.
Here's
Oh.
a no.
I got a
Actually,
4.
it is a difference, right? It's the difference between everything fails, your hands are full of gems, and then you inhale hydrochloric and you're in a desperate position because now your insides are melting. But on a 4, you grab the stuff and you run out. You catch a lung full of stuff, and by the time you make it out to the Ginge, what did you call it? A balcony?
Balcony.
Yeah, like a terrace or a balcony.
Yes. As you bust out into the balcony, you're probably gonna have like wounds. They're basically like bleeding rashes. You're having difficulty breathing. Your like breaths hurt. Your lungs are full of pain, and your eyes are a little blurry. So I'm gonna give you level 2 harm.
Your lungs are full of pain.
Yes.
Lungs are full of pain. That's a good.
Yeah, level 2
description.
harm. Just write acid mist. It'll be clear.
No, I'm writing lungs full of pain. Are you kidding?
Thank you.
As you get outside, Goat has his sword over his shoulder and he's just stretching, and he's like, "Good, you got the stuff." Like, doesn't even know. Good job.
Yeah.
Update on the fucking Titanic fight of gods. Roll.
Actually, I think that before we make any final rules for this, how do you guys like? What happens when all of you emerge out of the mist, like coughing, running, moving as fast as possible? Farrah coming out last, actually, considering that she took the time to grab everything. So like, what is the plan from this point on, Ram/Goat?
GTFO.
Yeah, Goat will probably be like, Ram, try to get down first, see if you can catch some of these paintings so we can get the rooks down.
Yeah.
I'll stand here with Lexniev. Get this one down first. And he's pointing at Farah, who's not looking great right now.
No.
It's that weird, like, it's not blood, but it's like black gook dripping from her nose that you're like, ugh.
That's not normal.
I'm vengeful. It's okay.
Rocket, that is true, actually.
I would be cursing, but I'm not fictionally capable of it because my lungs are full
Filled
of
with
just
pain.
literally melting from the inside. So
Yes.
Awesome. So I don't think there's a role for you guys to just like dismount and collect your stuff, but if you want to depart the area kind of post haste, I think there is. It's probably actually a controlled maneuver roll.
I was just gonna. Should we also not just wait a few moments to see how this ends?
No, Goat's telling you to get down there.
I want to roll because I want to know what happens to Blighter. Like, because I
So Goat's gonna wait. Goat's going last, so you'll know what happens. Like, Goat's not leaving until he sees what happens, and then.
Well, that's important. What we were saying earlier, if you were wanting to roll now, it would be a maneuver to get out before we see what happens to Blighter. Like, if
Before
we're waiting,
you get stuck in the middle of whatever the outcome is.
yes, that's why I'm saying that roll is a counter kind of what I want as like a in fiction thing. I know it's dumb, but I really, really, really want to know what happens.
If you want to resist your superior's order and go.
Well, I'm asking if that is. I'm asking if that is the superior's order because I'm making sure that everyone understands what the situation is.
Ram, get down. Then Farah, get all the paintings. Put the jewelry in your pockets, and all the rookies get down there now.
Yes, I'm saying saying as a player, not a character. I was making sure that we were still going to stay for the role. That's all.
Goat is staying.
Goat is staying up top to see what happens because
that's all.
he's the commanding officer. Yeah,
Thank you. That's all I wanted to make sure of.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's make that final roll, Goat. Let's see what the ending situation is here. Do a quick fortune roll.
Alana rolls first, so if that clock fills, obviously she'll roll too. But that's good for us.
I should probably move us back over so that the audience can see the rolls. Probably.
All she has to do is roll 4. Okay, that fills the clock.
It's not enough.
4. That's 2.
Really enough. Not for this.
Not to kill her, but to fill the clock.
Oh no.
It depends. We'll see. Yeah, it is enough. They clash.
Holy shit, that's a lot of dice.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Helped by the Cinder King, indeed.
Oh boy.
So do I see Blighter fall?
I don't think anybody falls, actually. I think there's a moment where you see like an explosion, and actually the green mist gets ejected from like the room, almost like there's a clash. There's like, it's like setting off a grenade in a room full of smoke, right? Like it pushes the air out. And you see an image where Blighter has these like weird sigils all over her forehead, and her eyes are like blazing with that crimson, and she has her palm on Alana's forehead, and Alana is screaming. And for a split second you realize that what you're looking at is an attempted breaking, and the detonation is the two of them getting like launched apart. And you realize that I don't know if you know this, but I'm telling you this, and you can draw whatever conclusions gets from it, which is that the Cinder King has previously tried to break Alana, and it didn't work for some reason that's unclear. So Blighter attempts the same move again and speaks a word that, like, for a second, your like ears bleed and your mind warbles, and it's unclear exactly like what's going on. Like the world like shimmers in your eyes, like reality is not really stable. And then there's that detonation, and the smoke clears, and both of them get catapulted in opposite directions. And you see Alana like fall down, and she doesn't get back up for a second. And then like she's somewhere out in the middle of the fields, and you don't see where Blighter goes. So what do you guys do?
Wait a second and see if Alana gets back up.
It takes so when you're waiting for a tea kettle to boil, it doesn't take more or less time. It just feels like a lot, because for a second you're like, did our chosen just die? And then it takes like a good 30 seconds, which is not a lot of time, but it's a lot longer when you're waiting for somebody to twitch a muscle. And then whatever that internal healing / regeneration is that fuels Alana, you see her like she's like lying perfectly still, and then the first sign that something is happening is she inhales.
Okay.
Right? Like she stopped breathing for like a full minute, and then whatever is inside her like reactivates her.
Okay. As soon as Goat sees that, he's like, good enough for me, and just hops over the ledge and starts going back in.
Are you like, we'll leave the chosen out in the middle of the field, let's go, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Goat will get to the bottom and look over to Ram. She's still alive.
I never doubted it.
I can't find Blighter.
I don't want to go looking.
You said you want to go?
That was do not.
Oh.
I don't know. Blighter could be out for the count. You might have a shot at killing her. I don't know.
Yeah. Do we want to check on Alana? If she's alive, she can finish this.
Yeah, like helping fucking prop up Alana with her spear and just find the corpse and have her dry. Yes, that sounds amazing.
Does your character say that?
No, me.
Damn
that's such good. I mean, like, I think Alexiev is like, if Alana's up and Blighter isn't, then this might be our chance. If we can help her in any way, even if just making it to the unconscious form of Blighter, we have to try, right? As legionnaires.
Did you see where she
Alexiev,
landed?
Farah, form up around her. See if you can spot Blighter. We're gonna go help her. Ram.
Yeah.
Let's get her up.
All right. So we're gonna go pick up Alana.
Goat offers an arm down to the ground, just waiting to see if she'll take it.
I think it takes longer than you expect. Like I think she's unconscious. Like whatever regeneration is happening is not instantaneous. Like whatever damage was like slightly more lasting, maybe. You actually see like the handprint on her face still. But yeah, I think you prop her up, you wake her up, and like when she wakes, she does take your hand and like pulls herself up and looks you in the eyes, and then just very like without any emotion, not like you can tell that something's wrong with her because like she's breathing funny. You imagine she has some sort of like internal damage or something, but without any emotion, she just says, "Where is she?"
Let's cut over to the rookies who were looking for her.
Yeah. Peering through the smoke and debris.
Cool. I think she
Crunch.
says,
Footstep.
she looks at all, like, she starts like moving forward, and it takes like a good, she has to like clear the yard before her right foot starts working properly. Like something in it broke from that like catapulting. So she's like limping for the first like 20 steps. But does anybody have a spear or like a large weapon?
I have a family
I have
weapon.
a hammer.
Also, hammer. Fucking Ram's hammer, please.
She reaches, she like holds out her hand for the hammer.
Provide.
She takes it, and then does anybody have a knife?
I don't know what my family weapon is, so let's go with axe.
Awesome. She
A
wants
knife. Knife works. Fuck it.
She takes the knife and like jabs it into her arm and like drops it and bleeds over the head of the hammer, and then like collapses her hand on it, and that like weird vibration happens again, and like the blood like coats the surface of it, and then she like puts it on her shoulder and goes marching forward. So we're gonna make a fortune roll to see if anybody can find Blighter. Blighter may have gotten away scot-free.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is this a fortune roll that you're making, or?
Do you want to make it, Eric?
Have you seen my dice? Or are you talking about?
Just volunteered. Let's see how your
long-
luck holds up, Farah.
How long have we been playing this game together? Yeah, okay, sure.
I feel
Okay.
like Alana knows what she's looking for, but Blighter might get away because she's sneaky and may.
I mean, do we get any
Blighter
kind
might
of
get
bonus
away,
that Farah and
Or more like Blighter takes a hostage.
basically all of the rookies were out looking for
fucking
Blighter
Alana doesn't give a shit about a
while we were
hostage.
waiting for Alana to wake up, because that took time. So maybe they
Sure.
have a little bit of a lead there.
Cool. So I was gonna give you 2 dice, but I feel like +1d for you guys are actually looking and trying to give her a leg up and like carefully like scouting the area so you can tell her where she's not. So you want to give me a 3D roll there, Eric?
I was about to say, do you want to roll it, or should I? What do you?
Eric
has a
Fox,
Oh, okay.
I mean, I would love
Eric
it.
didn't want to roll.
So in a different timeline, Alice rolls this and gets a crit. But in this timeline, we get a 1. So
theoretically,
do it.
I will say that Ginge is the officer in charge. So Ginge, if you want to make this fortune roll, it's up to you.
No, I think threw hell in there. I was waiting outside doing lunges and yoga.
Go ahead,
Farrah
Eric.
was in there burning her face off, shooting at least.
You cannot dodge this, Marshall. It is yours.
All right, I'm gonna weasel. I would like to roll an additional die because I am vengeful and I want to fucking find this person for this acid that is killing my lungs right now.
That's fine. I think that's fine.
Brilliant.
If you dedicate yourself to this cause,
I am.
relentlessly pursue
I
her.
am.
Just
Yes.
adding to
I
the-
don't
I
think-
want you to know that I am vengeful.
I
and
don't
I'm
think she's coming back
This
unless
is
she
fine.
finds her.
Go for it, Eric.
Hey, that's a 6.
Oh
the
boy,
bush.
look at that! Hiding amongst all of that trash is a shining diamond. Whoa.
So
Ooh.
you guys find her largely because you find the crater where she landed, and then you spread out, and there's a moment where one of you spots her first, and she like there's like a little bit of like a harried dog moment where she's like parts of her are broken and she still has like it comes in through her back and comes out the front, and her side is Alana's spear is still stuck in her. The amount of damage done to her body is outrageous, and she just refuses to die. And there's this like moment where she like gestures and like some powder like hits the grasses and everything ignites in fire, and there's this like hellscape that you're like harrying her through, like firing the last of your black shot. And there's just like a moment where finally Alana like engages, right? Like she comes in, sweeps that hammer low, like puts her feet on the ground, steps on her chest, looks down at her like with, you cannot tell what look it is, but it is something incredibly intense. And she like lifts the hammer up, and you see Blighter like hold up her hand, and then she just like brings it down and like smashes her head, and like there's just like an explosion of goop in the middle of this, and you're like, is it done? Nope. Blighter's still alive somehow. And so like she like smashes the body like half a dozen times, and like until like there's wounds and black goop like coming out of it. And like you see this like Alana is in the middle of this battlefield, and you can actually see like the flames are avoiding the area where there's like these emptiness where like two wing shapes are coming off of her back. And like finally she goes, light that house on fire.
This is
Like, picks up Blighter's leg and starts dragging her back.
Holy shit, we did it!
Goat
That
looks over to the
whole-
rookies and says, "Rookies, fire."
Holy shit!
Go ahead, Eric.
I was just gonna say that whole time I was imagining that fight being backlit by those flames, and they're just fighting in the foreground.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna fucking I've never
No,
been
it's-
so excited to listen to someone get their head caved in. So,
So I
Light that
think
house on
there's
fire.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
there's a moment where you guys make a funeral pyre out of an entire mansion, and your Blighter is still fighting with her bones broken and her body in pieces, and Alana just keeps shoving her with a holy hammer back into the house until like enough of her body is burned that she stops moving. And you don't know this, and it's largely an unknown. The rest of this campaign will go by, and you will never know this. But somewhere in the middle of Or, there is some woman in the middle of a temple, like cleaning some silverware or whatever, and there's just like a moment where like her eyes blaze white, and there is a like, accept my power for you are chosen, and like she'll reanimate as whatever god Blighter used to be, but like freed now.
Oh wow. That's awesome.
Rad. GG's.
holy fucking shit!
That-
Also 30 points. 30 points.
You get 3 supply and 1 tick on the clock. Good job.
And 30. Don't take my fucking 30 points away.
There are no points currently, Alice. I'm sorry.
Well, not yet, but just
We have to survive.
we have to survive.
Yeah.
Goat takes a
doesn't-
knee in awe and just like takes a knee as she's beating this person, this crazy lady, senseless.
It's brutal. There's like nothing delicate or graceful or beautiful about it. There's a
I
whole
think
wet
That's why he's in awe.
I think that Ram is in a very similar position, but instead she's got like this stupid smile on her face because she's like, "That's my hammer."
That's one of the reasons I've been fucking grinning, because it's so good that it's Ram's hammer
I
too. And it's just
know!
like you. Oh fuck! I
Mhm.
I
Things
think
get
Alana just
christened.
like it's really funny because like she drops the hammer next to your feet and that black blood or whatever it was that she had on it just like sinks into the ground, and she looks at all of you and goes, "I need a new spear," and then turns around to walk back to camp.
We'll get right on that. Rookies? No, I'm just kidding.
Let's go back to camp.
Good job. Secondary mission.
So that was 3 supply. That's my job.
Holy crap!
right. Question. I guess. Do we still run into Blighter's forces now? Is there a new Brokey? What the fuck happens?
Secondary mission.
Find out
Sorry.
next, John.
Actually, XP first.
Oh
Okay.
god, XP. I'm sorry. I'm so like
It's all good. It's all good.
excited and frazzled.
Yeah, you're super hyped.
Yeah. Are we gonna do XP right now? Is that what's going on?
Yeah,
Or-
I think so.
Because you were saying we are gonna do that before the secondary mission.
Yes, that is correct. At the end of a mission, you always do XP. I almost forgot.
Okay. So, I'll start. Survive the mission.
What XP?
Help the squad through might or fortitude.
I feel like 1 XP.
Definitely. Brought into play your heritage or traumas.
Heritage, because you're a huge
definitely
trauma vicious
heritage.
earlier,
I was
charging.
Pretty vicious, I'm pretty sure. And what was the highest tier threat of our opponent faced?
5.
All right, so 9 XP. Sweet.
You survive a lieutenant,
Yep.
you survive a broken showing up, and you at least get 3 XP on the others. That's an automatic advance if you like.
If you survive is the key phrase here.
We all did.
Right?
That's true. Yeah, Alana's been tracking this person because they killed the commander for a while now. So, yeah. Ginge, you want to go next?
Sure. So I rolled 1 desperate action.
Absolutely.
Survived the mission.
Mhm.
Helped squad through enforcing discipline or strategic planning. I would say 2 for that because she did it a few times.
It doesn't stack
Sadly,
up.
you only get 1.
Sorry.
That's all good.
You brought into play your heritage or trauma. That was the one I meant to put 2. She is reckless and told them to press on regardless.
True.
Let me see. What was the other?
Highest tier threat or highest threat, or are you looking for?
I was looking for another of the.
That's my goat. That's my boy. Good job, Ginge.
Vicious and
Yeah.
reckless. Those are just the Those are the 2. Like you did both those.
You did both. GG's, that's 2 XP for that column.
Okay.
Mhm,
Yeah, and then 5 for the
So yeah, you managed to get, what is that? 10?
9.
8, 9, 10.
9?
It's
Wait,
it's
I'm
9.
sorry. I messed up.
9 should be the max.
There you go.
I'll go. Survive the mission.
Check.
Alexiev advances. I'm gonna make them a scout, I think, because that's pretty much the only thing they're geared towards.
Cool.
Helped through surviving the odds or staying out of the way. Mostly surviving the odds. Literally saw Blighter and then lived, and then helped track Blighter down and then lived. Yeah.
And now Blighter's
so
dead.
Heritage or trauma? Yeah, loyal. Lots and lots of group roles for me. So no trauma, but I can trauma now, which is cool. Highest tier faced.
5.
That would be 5. So 8 XP. That's I'm gonna put 4 of that into insight to get a dot there, and I'm gonna put the other 4 of it. Or no, I need 1 of it. So I'm gonna be 1 away from a prowess advance. Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
what I did was I filled up insight and got a 3rd pip of anchor.
Actually, did I? Nice. Good. Thank you. That's what I was waiting for. So I'm very glad you did that. Did I roll? Yeah, that was a desperate action earlier. I'm pretty sure. Let me go find it real quick.
Cool. Are you good aside from that desperate action?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Excellent. Eric. Farah.
All right. Farah survived the mission.
Absolutely.
Farah helped our squad by staying out of the way. No, but they did survive despite odds.
100.
So that's 2 for me so far. I brought into play my heritage or traumas. No traumas for me, but I did play my heritage, so I think that's worthy of 1. And then the last one is the threat, so 8 total for 5 for that one.
Cool.
It's good.
So if Farah was not a soldier before, she definitely is now.
Oh yeah.
All right, rad. So shall we roll up the secondary mission?
Yeah.
Cool. Eric, you wanna take us away here? This is a mission with a sniper and vulture squad.
Wait, I'm rolling this, not the. Oh yeah, I know Marshall.
You're the marshal still.
Sorry, I'm a little rusty. It's been a while.
That's all good, Ben. All hearts.
Okay, let me look at the engagement role selections. Help me out one more time. This was a supply mission, as you said.
No, the
No,
secondary
it's
mission
a
is a
scout.
scouting mission,
Scout,
which is why
scout.
you sent the
Yeah,
sniper.
yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
And,
Sure,
I have the little.
I have it out now.
All right, rock. Go on.
All right. We need to assemble the engagement role. Was everyone on the mission oath sworn to the Legion?
Absolutely.
Perfect. I don't know. You close your eyes when you said absolutely, like there's doubt.
It's the second one that I had a little bit of doubt on, but I'm pretty sure we're good.
Does any soldier distrust the leadership or fear them enough to obey orders on the battlefield?
Not at this time. You sent correctly Vulture Squad with the sniper because they're the ones that have problems with Goat, if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
Go
I do
on.
like the sniper.
They do like the sniper.
Great Fading Wake is
Parameters.
pretty cool.
We took our required specialist for the mission.
Mm-hmm.
You did.
Did our commander spend intel for this mission?
Commander.
Do we have intel?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't believe so. No, we don't. No, I didn't.
Okay.
Cool. Was everyone on this mission a specialist or a soldier?
No. Then
Last two.
scouting.
Yeah, the last two for scouting. Did the quartermaster spend horses to equip this for this mission? No.
I don't got any horses right now.
So we're still rocking one die, and then is any soldier starting with a heavy load?
No, you can just say that they're not, which is fine.
Yeah, they're not. Okay, cool. So just one die.
Yep.
Second mission. Number of dice 2. 4.
So, on a secondary mission, go ahead, tell us what a 4 to 5 means.
Bring it open again. Fail the mission, or you can succeed. 2 squad members die, and all specialists take level 2 harm. So
What's
I need
the
more
reward?
context for the mission again. I have to look at that.
So, it's all great. The mission is called the Burning Forge.
Mm-hmm.
There was an entire small town that Render's troops had taken over, and there were these giant clouds of smoke going up.
Mhm.
And the commander said, "Okay, listen, we're stuck between Render's forces and a wall, and I want to know what Render is making and what their plans are for this next set of engagements." And so you sent a sniper and the all Panyar squad to go and figure out what the shit is going on over there and be all super stealthy and steal some plans because they've made a little forging / logging camp where they're making war machines like you do.
So we should succeed on this mission.
The reward is 2 intel.
We should succeed.
I have 0 intel. I would very much like intel, please. Thank you.
Yeah. 2 squad members die and all specialists take level 2 harm. I'm gonna be cool with that.
All right, awesome. Who dies? Tell me, Marshall.
Who's the troublemakers?
It was Vulture Squad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, could it be? Could be Zenny.
Zenny's so close to promoting, though.
Yeah, but he's also loose cannon. Oh, and Verdant.
Verdant, yeah.
Verdant's fine.
Verdant's dead for sure.
All right.
Check out Verdant.
Gotcha.
But
Have a great day.
Red Flying Lotus is also close to promoting, if that matters at all.
Yes, she is.
I'll kill Favia as well.
All right, awesome. So I have good news and bad news. By the way, I'm going to give you a wound here, so we'll talk about how this mission goes. So Grave Fading Wake. Wait, who's our snips? Yeah, Grave Fading Wake.
Yeah.
So here's how you take your wound. They have very cautiously not told you that the Black Archer is up and about. And that's what hits your rookies with surprise. You guys get the intel, and it's on your way out that she fucking peppers your troops with it. And you take harm getting everyone out. You shot her once, she's not dead, but now you know. And knowing is half the obsession. So
So level 2, you said?
level 2 harm, you're gonna have nicked by a black arrow.
Can I write salty and peppered?
Yes.
By the way, whoever can move stuff, Alexiav is ready to be moved to the specialist list whenever.
Also, Eric, Goat, for him, I got him Tactician. When you lead a group action, you may suffer at most 2 stress, or you could spend channels to take none. I think
That is a good power.
And I also put the rest into prowess. You're 1 away from being able to add to shoot or something else or maneuver.
For Lexiav, I took Like the Wind because it seemed like that was their thing during that entire mission. It just seemed like the thematic one to take. Just
It is a pretty rad one.
go as fast as possible, don't look behind you.
Now, Eric, I have to
Yes.
ask, since Farah is so big on her pistols, when you soldiered up, did you perchance take something relating to that or something else?
I haven't decided yet.
You can take a Kimbo from the sniper. You can do that.
That is a thing you can do, and I am going to put a note in Discord here.
Guys, that's a pretty big graveyard. Just saying.
Oh yeah, we need troops. We need troops fucking bad.
Now that's what the supply is for. You will get 3 supply. 2 intel goes to the commander, and 3 supply goes to the quartermaster.
Got it.
So put a little note in our chat so that we don't forget this. All right, cool. And then let's go through the steps here. Just give me 1 second. Let me open up the PDF. You know, I always remember to like log into Roll20 and do everything else, and I'm like, all right, I have everything in front of me. I always forget to open the PDF and get written down the rules in front of my face here. So just 1 second. There we go.
All right. Fair is advancing to soldier, but I haven't decided on which special ability to grab yet, because they're all really good.
The soldier powers are actually very, very solid. You do not know this yet, but one of the things that's happened over the past, we had a sit-down session, John and I, where both of us have played a significant amount of sessions of this at this point. So we like tweaked some powers, and the soldier got some buffs. So there's gonna be some exciting things there.
Ooh.
Right now, I don't know if everyone has a copy of the soldier list things open right now, but I just want to say I'm leaning towards Iron Will, just being able to spend your grit as just special armor for a lot of the ambiance or ancillary effects of a lot of, which I think would just they push themselves. They want to get hurt. But they want to keep moving. They want to keep going. So I think Iron Will is going to be the one I want.
I think there's a small buff to that, which is we added the word corruption to the list of things you can special armor with grit now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So it's even better.
That is even better.
Cool.
Like I said, they're small tweaks. They're things that we notice that are like we're polishing, we're shaping some stuff. You know. All right, cool. So. Mission rewards, mission penalties, bookkeeping. If any soldiers died on mission, apply a morale penalty. I think you folks lose 2 morale as per the secondary mission.
Mm-hmm.
We had
Is there not an increase in morale for killing a broken? Is that not?
Not currently. That might be a thing we have.
I saw on Goat's sheet it says current morale 8. Is that how you were tracking it?
Yeah, that was
Okay,
the
so
current
I'll
morale.
put it to 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do time passes, which is the undead advance clock ticks by 1, pressure increases by 1, and quartermaster, the troops must consume 1 food.
Alrighty. The food is consumed.
So pressure should be at 2.
Pressure should be at 2. Yes, I think. All right, back at camp scene. What is the current morale?
6.
Yes, you don't have a lord keeper, so I have to do this. All right, cool. I think we're going to do a back at camp scene, and then we may call it, and we'll start next time with campaign actions and everything else. Does that sound?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, rocking and rolling. So, on 1 page. Yeah, it was an intense mission. All right, cool. 6, medium morale.
I think I'm gonna let Eric play this out. but Alexiev was not listening during the mission.
No, I don't agree. Alexiev always listened. He volunteered
No,
some ideas, but
no,
he
you
didn't
didn't.
disagree. He didn't disobey an order ever.
Strash, do you
I-
remember? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have to 100% back up Ginga on
Wait,
that.
no. Can I actually ask what I disobeyed on? Like, I was like, that seems like I they were probably more lippy, but I don't think they ever disobeyed an order.
I told you to back off so that I could go in the house, and you
Ah,
didn't listen.
okay.
And
I did
completely
forget. To the ground.
Until
I
yeah,
actually
go-
totally forgot about that. Yeah,
You
that's
were-
that
That's
was,
why he pushed you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
okay.
were lippy and disobedient.
I forgot the shove thing. Lippy, I 100%. I just forgot about
Yeah.
that.
So I'll let Eric play that out because it's a lot funnier when he does it. But that's probably where Goat's head is at, like frustrated.
So yeah, if you folks want to play that out, we'll play that out first, because when I'm gonna play out the back at camp scene is gonna be you folks arriving back at camp, and by the way, like Alana is still not 100%. Like, she's having trouble walking. You guys are moving slower. I don't know if you come up with a solution where you like find a cart in an abandoned village or something, but like she is like her body is not regenerating nearly as fast as it normally does. And when you come back to camp, by the way, like the mood is incredibly somber. Like everyone's quiet. Like there's a lot of like furtive glances and stuff like that. So if something happens before then, you should role play it out. And yes, Eric, Ginga's passing Goat back off to you and mentioning that there was a particular soldier on the mission that was a little out of line. It's up to you what you want to do.
It was a rookie, right?
Yes.
Well, scout now, but yeah.
Will become a scout once they promote during this downtime, but
Yeah.
not a scout yet.
Oh, okay.
And Farah afterwards was like, "You shouldn't do that."
Yeah, even Farah tried giving Alexiev as much tips as she could, and Alexiev's like, "What? What's the worst that can happen?"
Okay. So Goat's exhausted, but also so mad at you. So Goat wants you. Are we packing up camp right now? Is that what's going on?
No, actually, you folks are stuck in front of this. So there's a city called Westlake. It has these massive, like, I want to say like 50 plus feet of walls, and they're like tiered. I actually have some art I might be able to share in a second, but I'm just gonna describe it for right this second. And it did not fall in the last advance of the Cinder King, so they believe themselves to be invulnerable. The Legion knows better, but like that they are the pride of Aldmark. They have not fallen, and so like refugees are coming, but they're keeping them outside of the gates. There's a curfew inside. There's a whole shindig going on. So you guys are camped. I mean, you have a military style camp, but you're amongst the refugees in front of the gates, if that makes sense. That's roughly what you're looking at. Go on.
So we're still in Westlake, right? And Westlake, no one. Oh, okay. Okay, so we're still in camp. I think I don't know. This might go with downtime actions. Like, are we doing a liberties kind of thing?
No, I mean, we're currently just doing back at camp scene, so like it's sort of just whenever you kind of want it to be.
I know, but I was thinking about grabbing you during like a special meal or something like that we're having.
So
Sure.
I think what Strosh was saying is
No, it's fine. It's fine. You should totally do that. I'll describe why things are somber here in a minute.
Or right, or maybe or whatever, or maybe it's just you guys are blowing off steam for as best you can right now, eating whatever you can. You're having more than your share with everyone else, and that's when Goat barges in and orders you all at attention. Like your food kind of like immediately like falls off your laps and you stand up and all that stuff. And I say, right, like, I demand a readiness check, and I go over through all of you, the three of you or four of you or whoever's with everybody, but I pay special attention to you, and I just call out all of your Legion inappropriate things like your button is not brass or the third one. That is rejection of dereliction of duty. Blah blah. Like I just call all of these things like that in front of everybody who's around. And I would say, and worst of all, like how you keep your uniform is so dirty. Go swim in the lake and do a quick little, I provide you like a PT lap or whatever, and do that until those stains are out. And basically just going to make you spend the whole day doing physical activity. I don't care where you're at, what sort of level.
How late are you? Are you like, are you taking this like into the night and like give me?
Oh yeah,
500.
I'm there on the dock with like holding like a bullseye lantern over them, like counting or like doing like the laps and stuff like that for that. Come on, let's go. And I'm the whole night I am just riding you.
That is some nice art for Westlake right there.
It's very good.
Beautiful.
I'd say commander, but I'm also playing the commander, so that seems, I guess you're playing the marshal though, so that's also, regardless, I think that goes
this is an officer level problem, so it's like beneath the notice of the generals perhaps.
100%. But it's an officer level problem, but I think even the generals have noticed that like anyone under Ram is kind of becoming insubordinate.
I mean,
like
Goat?
slowly.
Ram.
Like not Ram, sorry, Goat. Like people are slowly being like, I would prefer to not work under Goat. I prefer not to work under Goat. I prefer not to work under Goat. Like it sort of just keeps happening, which that might become more of a general's concern. Am I wrong?
It's not right this second.
Okay. I think the only thing to note there is
Ram stopped at last time, otherwise it would have.
I was just saying, I think like during the like debriefing and like promotion of Alexiev, because they are specialists now, it just, if there's a clock for like dissent against Goat, tick that or something. Like that's all.
Okay.
Like
sounds good.
Because I think like
there is
anytime Alexiev was like, Goat, you shouldn't do that, sir. It was more like Goat was putting themselves in unnecessary danger when they're the commander. They should like, we're the expendable ones, and the fact that like they're being punished for that is like, yeah, maybe they're actually not worth that sacrifice.
I think Farah would blame you. I think Farah specifically told you not to do that. Like, don't do that, because Farah like follows Goat to a T. Like any of the missions, if you follow them, she was always the one who's like, "What did you say? Do it right this second."
Yeah, I'm not saying like there aren't still people that support Goat. I'm just saying
cool.
that's
So
right.
Let's have a quick chat about
This is
this Hyena Squad?
Yeah, this is Hyena Squad with
right,
Alexei.
cool. So it sounds like Alexiev might be bad mouthing Goat, and it sounds like Farah is...
I don't think it was like I don't.
So
I don't know if it was
dissent is a thing that is generated by the men talking.
Sure.
And when I say men, I include everyone in the Legion, the soldiers talking.
That's fair.
And so if what you mean is I'm grumpy, that's a personal.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think you're right.
But if you disobey and then you do that, it's like we're swimming laps because of you.
I don't think you were the one swimming laps. It was just me.
It sounded like
it was all of them, wasn't it?
It sounded like it was just me.
Eric?
I heard you guys. That's why I thought.
Well, yeah, he interrupted the meal, but he didn't command all of you to swim, as far as I understood. Eric.
I had a couple bits of color that I just wanted to add as well. Like I'm like screaming at you, being like, we're not some Aldermani farm militia. We are the Legion. When you say when you say an order and stuff, you do that, right? You salute the rank, not the man. Right? You follow the orders, not the person.
But what was it? All of us swimming, or just one of them? Like, or just
just you, just
yeah,
you.
I'm sorry, I heard you guys, so I thought it was.
He he walked in and addressed all of us, and then soloed Alex out.
Sorry, yeah. So I know I have this bad tendency of like getting super excited, and I like just start eschewing and jettisoning extra details. Yeah, he goes over, he inspects you all after you ate, but then he calls you out for the most demerits, I guess is the best way of thinking about it.
Yeah,
and then because of that, I force you to do PT. And now we're doing.
Oh yeah, then Farah's eating dinner. Like, shouldn't have done that. I told you.
Oh yeah.
I warned you. Didn't I warn you?
And it's like fucking like it's like good spaghetti night, like it's like or like.
Oh, I'm so sorry you're missing this. She's got 2 plates.
You're like.
You gonna finish that?
It's not gonna be any good cold.
Yeah.
So here's the question. After Alexnev gets all of this shit heaped on them, and they're a little resentful, and maybe they do consider the
Yeah.
officer not worthy of being followed. Do you try and start shit with the rest of the crew, right? Because like it's obvious that when Vulture Squad had this problem, they kind of conferred with each other and they were all on the same page. So are you trying to start the same level of shit, or are you like keeping it to yourself and just being
Oh
grumbling?
no, it's 100% okay. Fuck hyena. I'm just gonna go talk to Vulture Squad. More like.
Oh, you're gonna start hanging out with Vulture Squad and eating meals
Yeah,
with them.
it's more just like I'm a specialist now. I don't have to be tied down to a fucking squad anymore. I'm just gonna go talk to people that aren't fucking licking this guy's heel.
You
Okay.
graduated and you ditched your friends. I see how
Yep,
it is. It's
yep.
awesome. I love it. I love it. All right, cool. So here is why the camp is a bit morose. Word has come from the Eastern Kingdoms that the Cinder King departed southwards. Like when the battle happened out to the west, he moved south, and somehow he traversed the waters, and he's currently on the border of Panya. And the reason that's a big deal is he's got 4 broken with him, and he is systematically destroying the forest. So like he like every day he stands forward and he moves before the forest and holds up his hands, and a fire starts, and he slowly turns the sequence of the forest to ash. And the reason this is kind of a big deal is because to be Panyar is not just like a cultural aspect. To become Panyar, anyone can become a Panyar. You can be born in Orite, you can be born to an Orite family, but if you spend 10 years in the John always corrects me on this. I refer to it as the like horned one blessed forest of Panya, and he's like, you mean the cursed land? You gain the animal trait of the Panyar, and like that, then like the animals in that forest stop trying to eat you all the time. So like that's a thing that happens to Panyar, and like they're not. It's not a genetic trait; it's a mystical trait. It's like a thing that is passed into them that becomes part of them by living there, which means that if this forest is destroyed, the Panyar that are alive today will be the last generation of that people that will ever be. So he is literally decimating their capacity to generate more Panyar every day. He like takes out like a couple miles of forest, and then like they depart for the night, and then like they do it again, and like the forces of the Eastern Kingdoms are like harrying him and trying to do whatever, but like they've not been able to stop him. It is such a systematic destruction of this land, it seems almost personal. And so like that's the news, right? Like a quarter of the Legion, roughly, give or take. I didn't do a count. Eric may correct me on this, but roughly a quarter of the Legion should be Panyar, and they understand the context of what this means. Like it's a
Yeah.
great blow. It's like sinking all of England. So that like it's but it's even worse.
Yeah,
You
because
take your culture with you. Yeah, go on.
Isn't Panyar also the southernmost kingdom? Like they're the ones who are kind of most removed from this.
Yes.
Now all of a sudden war's at their door.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
and the country's on fire. How does everyone react to deal with this? Do you console your fellow soldiers? Do you leave them be? Do you talk amongst yourselves? What do you do?
God damn it! I wish Alexia was Panyar. That's all. All right.
I think that ooh.
Trying to remember if I've played any Panyar.
I think that I mean I definitely have.
Well, yeah, the
So
commander
I
is now
think-
Panyar.
Yeah.
Oh, the commander's now Panyar.
Go on.
Yeah.
Please continue.
I mean, he's great. So I think that Red Flying Lotus was one of the rookies, the Panyar rookies that both myself and Ginge have played. And I think that she's organized like at night, like a morning song, like a song of mourning for all of the Panyar. And I think maybe either she doesn't ask or she gets approval from the commander since he's Panyar now. So
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's you don't ask because you don't feel like there's a need to.
yeah.
And then at one night, the fucking green glowing thunder shows up, leads the song, and then leaves,
totally.
and just doesn't like say anything else. So it's just like, yeah, no, this is
Very Fading Week, who's also Panyar and is haunted right now by her rage. Wants to be involved but can't calm down. She hasn't been able to calm down since she got back. So she's sitting there cleaning her gun, and every time pop in a bullet and just clean it out, and you hear her jam her gun. So they're all singing, you see her like every once in a while, and she's just trying to be a part of the group but doesn't want to like take part, if that makes sense.
I feel like I wish we had a lore master at this point, because I think there's definitely something to be said, and I'm not sure how this plays out as a group, but I want to explore this. I want to feel this out with you. I feel like this is something actually that the officer, that like what Goat would actually do for you all, and hopefully it helps rather than hurts. I think Goat will try to describe how you aren't just Panyar when you adopt the Legion. You're Legion, not Panyar first. You're Legion. What are you, Legion? Like, this sort of kind of thing that requires everyone to recite back, like, we are Legion, sir, kind of thing, right? And like remembering that, like, remember your obligations. Like, this is us. Like, you gave that up to join this Legion. You are this first, and don't you ever forget that kind of thing. Whether or not that's bad medicine, I don't know.
So maybe we make a fortune roll. I feel like you're encouraging them to think of the Legion as family and like a family replacement for the culture that they may be losing now. Like, then even if you lose your culture, you have a different culture. You're part of something else.
Actually, and actually, if you don't mind as well, and I want to get an extra die for this fucking fortune roll coming up because I do this. Goat for the first time is going to break a little bit of character here, and Goat is going to self-reference how much he's a hard ass on you by being like, you're like, this is the ass, like the jerk dad kind of thing to the unit, right? Like, right, we're the Green family complete with the dirtbag father kind of thing, right? Like, kind of thing, right?
So who played Red Flying Lotus exactly? I forget.
Ginge
did. I did. Ginge started her, and then
I guess I'm just curious because I both really like that, but also like, would it be fair to say this speech would be a lot better if it wasn't coming from Goat?
Yes, but also I feel like it would come from Goat.
No, I understand. I'm saying it like I understand why it's coming from Goat, and it makes perfect sense. I'm saying, would it make sense for it to maybe like be easier to go off well if it was going from someone else?
Well,
but I think Goat's gonna roll consort, and we're gonna see how it goes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, maybe not the bonus die, but consort makes total sense. Like, it was sort of the counter to the bonus die, I guess.
Because what you're saying is you are being a little bit of a hard ass, but you're also trying to connect to people. And you're trying to reference things they know and things they value, which to me sounds like consort. But if you want to roll something else, you let me know.
Consort makes sense.
No, consort definitely makes sense.
So give me a fortune roll with consort. I think to some degree Alice is right here, which is to say, I feel like you're saying things that are important to hear, and I think that you're referencing things about yourself. But I don't think that you're like being particularly vulnerable or sharing something that will like connect people. I think you're just doing standard Goat. So I think it's just a standard roll as a fortune roll to see how it goes.
Okay, but if this was a TV show, and I start saying like as like the lore master thing, being like, when the Legion made the stand at the Black Heights at 454, like, where they was at the battle of the Black Heights of 458. We were the Legion, sir. Like, where was these things at the Legion? And then like I see. This is the part of the movie though when then like when oh my god, when Ram would also say something like that, like like where were we when we were at the thing? Like the Legion was there, and like you realize like this is your family.
The Legion was founded in the old empire, but now the old empire is gone, we still remain legion kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't. I don't.
That's
Even as gods
I was gonna
fall
say,
at Aldermark,
like,
we
if-
are legion,
I-
we remain.
I
Things
feel
that.
like Ram would be helping on this, but mechanically, I don't know if stress
No,
is a thing
obviously-
during downtime, because if
You
it
can
is,
help,
I
like,
can't.
I mean, it ends with one of you saying like, "Who took down the blighter?" And it's like the Legion.
Yes.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh.
And
No.
that's
You know what? I think you sold me. I think I was all on the fence, but that's when. So anytime you actually do the speech, yeah, I'm down. You can have your one extra die. Let's see.
Yeah.
Eric.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got.
it's okay. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna fail it.
No, you crit.
Oh my god, that never happens. Oh my god, it's a movie. This is the fucking best. Yo, you have no idea how many people are going to, if this was like on a TV show, have clipped this scene, this speech on YouTube for forever.
It's a good speech.
There's a GIF made of this. It's a meme.
Oh,
for
yeah.
It's like 2 weeks. Everybody at the water coolers talking about the speech.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the new Game of Thrones, so it's all like, yeah.
Oh my god, I critted it.
That's a good
Oh.
crit. If there was a time to crit, it was then.
So I think a lot of people react to this pretty well. I think it kind of bumps morale a little bit. Like a lot of the depression kind of fades, and I think that maybe at least for a couple of days when Vulture Squad is like, yeah, that jerk face goat, and everyone's like, but you know that speech though.
Yeah.
Up until the next mission where you come back and your entire squad's dead.
You know, it was his idea to go back for her. That's what I heard.
Right?
I heard she would have died if they didn't go help.
Also, I love how even without that third die, without that bonus die, you would have still crit.
Yeah.
Rock on. So I think that's a great note to end it on, and we'll do our downtimes
Yeah.
and other things next time. And
For sure.
yeah, let's do some wrap ups.
Yeah. Why don't you start first, Strash, since you have been in charge this whole time?
Hey, I'm Strash. You can find me on Twitter at StrashA. Skim and Villainy. It's off to the printers, which means that pre-orders will probably happen in, oddly enough, in like another month, because this stuff happens. You have to get like MSRPs and do a bunch of other stuff. But it'll be out soon. Also, if you're watching this and you're excited about Band of Blades, it'll be up on Drive-Thru RPG and out to backers of Blades in the Dark probably by the end of this month. So
As
that's what we're
soon
shooting for.
as it is, I'm going to update the YouTube videos and put in the doobly-doo, so you'll be able to find it there.
So that's what's going on with me. That's what I'm excited about. Oh, one last thing. If you happen to be on Twitter, I highly recommend that you check out the April TTRPG makers hashtag. There's a lot of cool people talking about a lot of cool things. That's it for me.
Sweet. All right. Let's go right above me. Eric, how you doing?
Hey everybody, I'm Eric Vulgaris on the Twitters and Twitches and YouTubes. Yeah, I'm so glad I was able to make it for the last half of this session, because this was a real doozy of a session.
That was a clutch roll right there.
Yeah. I rolled really well tonight, which never happens as well, so that's super good. And I'm just excited to be back playing more Band of Blades. I miss the fun and joy of Blades and sort of the fiction and dice pooling and doing all of that fun stuff there and seeing what that looks like. I miss it so much. It's super fun.
It is.
Yeah, so thank you so much for this, everybody. And yeah, I can't recommend April TTRPG hashtag enough. It's super good. April Design. It's if you ever like, I don't know who to follow. What do I do? Just go there and just go follow. It's really good.
I'm following a lot of those people already, and I'm really enjoying reading their answers.
Yeah.
Definitely some good stuff there.
Yeah.
How about Alice? Will you just go whoop?
Hi, I'm Alice, also known as Taffcat on various places, Twitter and Twitch. On Twitch, I'll do fighting game stuff occasionally, hoping to do that more soon. Otherwise, though, I'm doing a romance-focused game called Kiss Her Before the World Ends, which is about forming and maintaining relationships in a world that's ending around you, which is hoping I'll have for like playtest, echo play and stuff, so that'll be cool. I'm also doing some Monster Hearts skins with Luke or Games from the Wildwood, which is good. We finished one of them, and we're working on the second layer today. And I'm also doing some custom stuff for this game, which I'm hoping to do probably not by the end of this month, but probably next month. We've essentially what I'm doing is I'm taking Broken and Chosen, and I'm swapping them. So like Broken, Alana, Chosen, Blighter, things like that. We finished Horned one, which I love them. So yeah, if you're excited for things like that, go just follow me on Twitter and stuff.
Awesome. And last but certainly not least, Ginge.
I am Xmas Ginja. I'm not very big on Twitter. I'm really bad about posting on there, but I'll retweet the heck out of you. But yeah, I mostly play video games. I play on Unmade Gaming's channel on Wednesdays. Eric, apparently you're a closer, so you're not allowed to play the first half of games, and then you just get all the credits.
Oh,
You're
okay.
a closer. But yeah, I had a lot of fun today.
Awesome.
We didn't die, guys.
We didn't know this. Well, I mean, some people did, but they were off camera, so it's fine.
Seriously, I know we didn't actually fight her at all. It just came down to dice, which, by the way, Alana versus Alana shouldn't have won that. That was amazing.
Nope. She was at a significant disadvantage actually.
But like,
it's good.
If we were anywhere near her, if Blighter touched us, we die. So just like, holy shit.
So this is actually really important to note. The answer to how do you kill a Broken, this is not super clear. I'm totally not going to give you instructions in this game, but it's also a matter of scale, right? Like, why can't somebody just march over and kill the Cinder King? And the answer is because he's surrounded by armies, and you got to fight armies first. Also, how do you kill the Cinder King? Well, you get a bigger army, you drop it on his head, and he'll probably kill thousands, but eventually you'll get him. So I think one of the things that you guys may not understand how much you did is you took out 3 squads worth of things that would have been chewing on Alana while she was trying to fight Blighter, which would have been much worse because Blighter would be taking 1 less tick every round, and Alana would be taking 1 more tick. And this is why Chosen fight alongside people like the Legion, because it's important for them to have somebody who can handle that kind of stuff.
That's
Sorry
fair.
to wax poetic. It's encoded.
No, it's
good.
super. That's super noteworthy, actually. Like that's very much important.
So even though you may not feel like you struck a direct blow, without you, the battle would have probably gone differently because
It was 1 tick away.
With the exact same rolls, Blighter would have still had 3 or 4 additional ticks left over. So,
Cat, thank you. Great, fantastic. Well, this is a show. I'm Kelsa. This is my channel. You can find me on Twitter at Kelsa. Twitch and YouTube, it's Kelsa Delphi, because I'm great at branding. And I always tweet when I'm going live, or if I'm being a little bit harried, I'll retweet when Alice tweets for me. And you can find me here on Tuesdays for Harvest Valley, which is Burning Wheel, and over on AP Gaming Reels channel on Saturdays for Sons of Gold, which is a Stars Without Numbers game. So that's me. That's everybody. And I hope you all have a great night.
Bye.